Hello everyone, it's your girl Asia from the Rolling Spangle channel. Welcome back to my channel and welcome back to me making another video. So, I just got done watching Walk the Line. Walk the Line is a biopic of Johnny Cash. This movie is really good. Like, this isn't the first time I've seen this movie. The very first time I watched this movie was in high school, my freshman year in music class. I didn't really remember it because in high school I thought music class was boring as fuck because my school was broke. So we didn't get a chance to play with instruments. Like, that's what I really wanted to do. We didn't do that. So because my school was broke and couldn't afford instruments, we had to actually watch movies about music. So I really didn't remember this movie all that much. But when I watched the Joker movie with Joaquin Phoenix in it, I was like, man, this guy can really fucking act. Is there any other movies that he played in where he really is doing his big one? I watched Walk the Line a very long time after not seeing it, after I had watched the Joker, and man, this movie is great, and Joaquin Phoenix's fucking performance is so fucking phenomenal. He was robbed for not winning the 2006 Academy Award for Best Actor. Best Leading Role, that he had that shit in the bag. He embodied the fuck out of Johnny Cash. He embodied everything. Everything. He embodied it all. Like, Joaquin Phoenix really is a phenomenal actor. I feel like people do not give him enough credit. And one of the things I don't like, especially if you're someone who's seen Joker, they try to make it seem like, oh, that's his only good performance. He don't have no other good movies. Bitch, go to any movie. Joaquin Phoenix is doing his big one in any role. Any role they give him, he's going to embody that shit. There's a movie called Reservation Road. His performance in that movie, great. It's great. So basically, him and his wife, they lost their son due to a hit-and-run accident. And Joaquin Phoenix's character feels like, I don't really remember his name, Joaquin Phoenix's character in the movie feels like that the authorities ain't doing much. So he ended up like finding out who really killed his son. He was going to kill the guy who did it, but the guy who killed his son already came up with a plan to like end his life. Like, he recorded a tape and everything to his son, apologizing, telling him he was going to be going away, this, that, and third. When Joaquin Phoenix broke down, right, in the movie, when he broke down to his wife and just apologized to her, how he been acting ever since their son died, and not really being there for her, how he emotionally abandoned her, when he broke down and she just comforted him with a hug, bitch, stop playing with me. Like, this man really know how to fucking act. You give him a role, he gonna embody that shit. But anyway, Walk the Line is probably the best biopic I've ever seen. I don't really watch a lot of biopics because it's just something I'm not really interested in. But if the story is great and the acting is great and it's all there, then I'm going to watch it. Walk the Line is probably the main biopic that gets the most rewatch out of me due to how excellent they told the story in the movie. Like, everything in this movie was just great. Like, the 2 hour was great. It never felt like the movie was a drag. It never felt like they were doing too much or it was just going. There was no ending in sight. I enjoyed the 2 hours because it just packed everything in there that we needed to know about Johnny Cash's life. And I feel like they did a really good job with that. I thought everybody in the movie that was important did their big one. Joaquin Phoenix. I think her name is Reese Witherspoon. The girl who played Vivian, Jennifer, her name. The dude who played his dad, Ray, Robert Patrick. Like, when it came to them, because they were all the main ones that was important due to them having a relationship with Joaquin Phoenix's character, Johnny Cash, they all had to show up and do their big one. So, this movie does a really good job. Okay, what do I want to talk about specifically in this movie? It's so much to unpack because there was just so much that I was just like deep diving and analyzing when I was watching this movie. One of the main things I would say about this movie is they do a really good job at, because this movie is taking place from the 50s to the 60s. So it's going all the way from the 50s when he started his music career to where he proposed to June Carter. So I would say this movie does a really good job at showing how trauma really takes a toll on you. That you think not talking about things or not, all that shit makes it go away. Like, one of the main things this movie does a really good job at is talking about trauma. Like, they do a really good job at talking about trauma and how that shit really takes a toll on you when you cannot confront your demons, or if you're carrying around guilt or whatever it might be. Like, it does a really good job at that. So I don't know if I said this, but Once Upon a Time came out in 2005. It's a 2-hour and 16-minute film, and I loved everything about it. Like I said, it's so much to unpack, so much I really want to talk about. So one of the first few things I'm going to say right now about this movie is that they opened up this biopic exactly the way it should have been opened up if we're going to ever do a biopic about someone. They immediately show you Johnny Cash, his life growing up, how basically him and his brother, they had to work the fields with his dad, and that Johnny Cash pretty much got his musical talent from his mother. His mother had a great voice, you feel me? His brother Jack wanted to be a preacher, so he really would like push himself hard to read the Bible up and down from page to page, front and back, over and over again. Jack and Johnny were really close. That was literally his best friend. His brother was like his everything. Showed up for him, always had his back no matter what. They immediately, they pack up what they can to show you Johnny Cash and his brother's relationship. And immediately, 9 minutes into the film, when they showed his brother, right, laying in the bed, dying, because he got into, so he was cutting logs for the neighbors. The neighbor said he'll give Jack $1 in quarters if he cut up all the logs. But just before Johnny had left, I'm going to call him JR. Just before JR had left to go fishing, his brother had got into an accident. He walking, going back to the mill where his brother was at. Dad, whoever was in the car, when they pull up, Dad like, where you been? Where you been? Put his nigga in the car, take him to the hospital. Jack lay in the bed, literally surrounded by the family, surrounded by the doctor, literally just breathing on his last breath for real. Bro, when he grabbed JR's hand, was like, JR, you hear them angels? Man, stop playing with me, bitch. I cry, and I never cried off this movie before. But that scene right there with his brother dying, that shit hit me. They really did their big one. Just in the 9 minutes of this opening of this film, they immediately hit your heartstrings, showing you that his first trauma was witnessing his brother's death, and not only that, having the guilt of leaving when he felt like he should have fucking stayed. JR felt like if he would have never left and went fishing, his brother would still be alive today. You feel me? And the shit that his father said, disgusting. Disgusting. I'm letting y'all know right now, the main 2 people in this movie I cannot stand is Ray, his father, and Vivian, his wife. And we're going to unpack all of that. You feel me? We're going to get into all of that. Trust me. JR's father, Ray, after the brother died, they went to the service, took up a can. Father was an alcoholic, basically. And I just told y'all that the main thing this movie really does a good job at is talking about trauma. And not only that, showing how parents deflect. They don't really take accountability for setting the tone for their kids' trauma and already giving them so many demons already, but by not even being on this earth for so long. You feel me? So it's like the dad pretty much told JR he ain't nothing. And that God took the wrong son, the devil took the wrong son, all that. So JR pretty much had to live his whole life feeling like his dad hated him due to him blaming him for not being there when the brother died. So, boom, bada bang, we skip to where JR is going to the Army services. And pretty much in the Army services, they show you he did his time there, and that he was like really obsessed with June Carter in the magazines, her singing career and everything like that. And they're showing you that, him and his wife Vivian, that, they would write letters to each other in the service. And Off top, when we get introduced to Vivian on the phone call, I really didn't like her. Let me take a bite of my brownie. The very first phone call that JR and Vivian have, I don't like her. Why don't I like her? I understand, okay, when I get to that, because I don't really want the video to be that long because I'm not reviewing the movie. I'm talking about things that I like and what I like they addressed within this movie. So, I'm not going to say too much until I get to why I see why she left Johnny Cash. You feel me? But why I don't like her for what I saw in the movie is that I feel like Vivian is very passive aggressive and she never supported his dream. Never. She never supported his dream. She didn't want him to have to work hard to get what he wanted. Like, immediately, when the very first phone call they have, like, while he was in the service, she all like, we've only dated for, like, a few months. And she talked about, my daddy said it's impossible for you to take care of me. It's impossible for you to love me. And la 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 la. So it's very much giving she's a daddy's girl, or it's very much giving she got daddy issues, which is so crazy to me because this bitch was talking about her dad a lot. Where it's like, where is this motherfucker? Let me see this nigga, man. Because why the fuck do she feel like her dad has a say in her and fucking JR's marriage? This nigga is not here. He ain't paying for these bills. He ain't paying for this rent. He ain't putting no groceries in this bitch. So why the fuck do you feel like he has so much of a say and authority to tell me what the fuck I'ma do as a man? What the fuck I'ma do? The fuck? Like, nigga, have you lost your motherfucking mind? Like, are you kidding me? She talked about, why can't you just take the deal that my daddy offered? He's offering you a lot of money and that. It's like, bitch, because I don't want to work for your dad. You stupid hoe. If I work for your dad, he's going to feel like he owes me or that he owed me. It ain't going like that. I'm my own person. I'm my own fucking man. I'm going to work and grind for how I want to work and grind for my family. This ain't your dad's shit. What are you talking about? She talking about your band is two mechanics who can hardly play. It's like, girl, and she talking about we could barely make rent. Yeah, we ain't going to be making no money if I'm a door-to-door salesman. The fuck? How? We need money that's quick and fast and me. All it took for this dude to just make a quick few bucks was just to go to that place, sing a couple of songs, and they gave this nigga a record. What you talking about? And it's sold out. That's how he made money overnight. But my thing is with Vivian is that she complains so much about his music career, but bitch wasn't complaining about where the money was coming from. She wasn't complaining when he got her that car. She wasn't complaining when he got her that big ass house with the pool in the backyard. She did not complain when she did not complain when it was materialistic things she was getting from all the money. You feel me? But it's like at the end of the day, you can't get mad. You can because it's like you are married to him. But it's like you can't necessarily be that serious when you already knew touring and all that on the road was something that was going to come with me being a singer. I understand when you want me to come home, you want to be more productive. Okay, got you. But him and Vivian's marriage is so dry. They feel so strained. They feel like strangers to where I think the reason why when he would come home, he would go into his study is because there really wasn't nothing keeping them together other than the fact that they have 4 daughters. They don't have no chemistry, no nothing, bro. Like, him and Vivian, they were married since, I want to say 1954 all the way to 1966. that time span of a marriage, and they literally show you in the movie, it's so dry, so strained. They feel like strangers. They feel like roommates just taking care of a kid. It don't feel like no passion, no ounce of love, no nothing in their marriage. Like, nothing. Like, I just didn't feel shit when I was watching the movie, and maybe that's the way it was supposed to be. But I don't like Vivian because she's very passive-aggressive. She's very passive-aggressive, and like I said, she never really supported his dream. Like, she's very passive-aggressive. Like, she like be saying shit. Like, she be saying shit, and I just be feeling like, girl, put a name on it. Like, put a name on it. Like, she's very passive-aggressive to me, and I don't like it. Before I get to the heavy stuff, one of the main things I will say about this movie is that they definitely showed is that in the 1950s and 60s, pedophilia was definitely something that was just out there more publicly. Like, compared to this day and age where people who are sickos who be trying to snatch kids, they have to either do it online or they have to work in a school system and stuff like that. Back in that day, it was pretty much like a cool thing if you were fucking a teenage girl or if you had sex with a teenage girl. That's what I'm thinking in my head when I'm watching one thing like, hold on. I'm like, Johnny Cash was sleeping with teenage girls that were like 14, 15. And I'm just thinking in my head like, and then he go home to his 4 daughters and don't think that's weird. How can you be fucking on a girl that's 14, 15 when you got 4 girls, when you got 4 daughters at home? And not only that, June Carter had 2 girls of her own. This nigga was freaking on teenagers. Nobody ever talks about that. How come that's never brought up? Clock it. And not only that, another thing, Johnny Cash would have never got addicted to pills if it wasn't for Elvis' drug plug. Elvis's plug was the one who got Johnny Cash addicted to pills because he told him this make everything go faster, this make the pain go away, D. He would never have got addicted to pills if it wasn't for Elvis's fucking drug plug. So because of Elvis telling him, oh yeah, you should definitely do it, everybody's doing it, don't feel left out, he got into peer pressure and started taking pills and started abusing them ever since. So now let's talk about the whole, I'm still not done talking about trauma. All of that's going to be what I do right here, right now. So with trauma, right, whenever Johnny Cash's father comes around, I know for a fact he's a trauma trigger for him because his father never has nothing nice to say. Everything that comes out this man's mouth is negative as fuck and it's so irritating. Like, okay, when Johnny was already taking the pills and you could really see it like because his face would look sickish. The dad was like, oh, I think you should try sleeping, eating, hell, maybe both. I'm just thinking like, who the fuck is he talking to? Like, huh? And I ain't gonna cap, the way he did come at Vivian was a little aggressive, talk about, oh, about the tonight. Is you coming or what? And she was like, yeah, I guess I'll come since you asking. And I'm like, yeah, nigga, that ain't you. That's not asking me. You're demanding me. You coming or what? Nigga, yeah, I'll come. I'll come. Sure, I'll come. I understand. Actually, no, I don't understand. I feel like I don't like that JR's mom was so quiet whenever the dad would just talk crazy to him. Like, first of all, because that's what I mean when I talk about trauma. When JR was around other people, you know, he was able to be positive, more smiley, be himself. When his dad come around, it's like his dad makes him this fragile little boy who's still working to get his love, to get his affection. Like, he has to, like, tell him, like, look, Dad, look at my house. Like, look, Dad, look at my car. Like, how you feel? Like, I've made it. Don't you're not going to say you happy for me? You're not going to congratulate me? Like, his dad was very cold and very collective, and he didn't really say anything unless it was to criticize his son, talk about this a big old place. The one dude's house is way bigger than this. You got a tractor in the mud. That's how you treat your nice things. Like, he never has nothing nice to say unless it's negative. And then it's like, JR better than me because I don't give a fuck if you my parent or not. Bitch, what you're not going to do is disrespect me underneath my roof. I'm not a kid. I'm grown. And not only that, if it comes to that place where I have to love your ass from a distance, then that's what the fuck it's going to be. His dad would have been removed from my home, because what you're not going to do is turn me the fuck up in my peace and my solitude. You ain't got to be here. Hit the road, Jack. Don't let that door hit your ass on the way out. But like I said, I didn't like that his mom was so quiet. It's like, nigga, get on your husband, because why he think it's just okay to talk to your son any kind of way? Your son is grown. He needs to start treating him with respect. Start talking to him like he a fucking man, not like he a child. And then I want to say this. Reese Witherspoon is so fucking gorgeous in this movie. She is so beautiful. She is an underrated find. Looking at Reese Witherspoon in this movie, oh my god, she is so beautiful. Like, that brown brunette hair fit her so perfectly. She is so fucking beautiful. Like, I just felt in awe at her beauty. I'm thinking, like, she feels so majestic. Like, she was so fucking pretty. You feel me? I can see why JR was just so drawn to her. Her energy. She always all about positivity, all about God, about all that. She was really great to the guys in the band. She even was a big sister to them, a mother. You feel me? I can understand why JR was drawn to her, because it's like, how can you not be? You feel me? She pays attention to you. She listens to you. She doesn't over talk you. JR and her actually were able to have conversations. It didn't feel like it was tension in the room. Like, with JR and Reese Witherspoon, with JR and June, it definitely felt more like a love connection. Then with JR and Vivian, it just felt like, oh yeah, they just together. You feel me? When JR tried to kiss June, she left the tour. She said she wasn't going to be able to finish it, right? No. Am I wrong? No. I think I'm wrong. When he tried... No, what the fuck? I can't remember. So he tried to kiss her the one time. She said she wasn't going to do it because he's married. Then I think that same night on the stage, right? Because when they were in the supermarket, there was this lady talk about, oh, I heard about your failed marriage, da 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 da. You think that's cool when you got two Christian parents? And she was like, I'm sorry I upset you. I'm thinking like, hold on, she came out real aggressive and real hot. You feel me? But I get it. Back in those times, marriage was a very big deal. If you got a divorce, it was sin. And if you came from a very Christian family, it was like a disgrace, especially in the South. So I get it, but it's like at the same time, shit happens. You feel me? No one goes with the intention that they're going to be married forever, especially if you don't do everything you can to actually make it work. You feel me? But June, she was not on tour to do music. She was on tour to do comedy skits. She did not feel like she was good enough to sing when she really had a really beautiful voice. You feel me? Johnny Cash really was the first person who told her to use her gifts. Like, don't waste it. You have a very beautiful voice. Like, you should use it. You feel me? When she got remarried to some other guy and he saw her at the award show, it gave up very much jealousy vibes. And not only that, he is one bold ass person, because for you to get jealous about another woman getting married next to your wife, oh, you bold. You bold. You don't even care. The way he got up and ran after June and said that he misses her and missed her having her on the tour, and that he'll take care of everything on the tour, and if she got to go because of her daughters, then that's okay. I don't think it was cool when he called June on the stage and Wesley was basically trying to make it seem like he was going to let her sing to show her authentic singing talent, that he kissed her on the cheek. I don't think that shit was cool. Why? Because JR, you're married. Johnny Cash, like, you have a wedding ring on your finger. You feel me? And not only that, the lady in the crowd who literally got on her ass about divorce, she's like looking at her in this type of way, like, what's going on between them? So when he kissed her, it's like you just put the nail in the coffin, like, why the fuck would you do that? June went off the stage, she in the dressing room, she crying, and she just like, get away from me, just leave me alone. He telling her it's just a song. This scene in the dressing room is probably one of the best acting scenes I ever seen Joaquin Phoenix. He looked at the fishing rod and instantly just trauma, already starting to fill back up. He fucks his guitar up, breaks the fucking sink off the fucking wall, pop a pill, drink. This nigga was shaking in his skin. The next morning they show him intoxicated as fuck, and like extremely intoxicated, and June was like, she ain't here to take care of nobody. She told Johnny Cash, like, you got a wife for that. Did you forget? And he said, what if he didn't? What if he didn't? And she said it was too many ifs in that sentence, and he said that he only felt like this one. And she threw beer bottles at them and told them that after this tour tonight, she's leaving. So boom, if I believe so, in the same scene after the tour, her and Johnny Cash, they had sex, they got intimate, and Joaquin Phoenix and Reese Witherspoon, they really have really good chemistry. I can't believe that they've only played in 2 movies together. I feel like that's just, like, when it comes to movie-wise, that's really called being robbed, because I think when I look at movies as far as when he's, like, in relationships with women, sometimes his relationships with women are very complicated. Like, there's not been one movie I've watched where he's in a relationship, as far as I'm concerned, movies when he is dating someone, where it's just, like, happy and peaceful. Like, it's always complicated. Complicated, up and down, all that. So, in this scene with him and Reese Witherspoon, they just look so cute. Like, they look so in peace. They look very much in love with each other. And, you know, they just laying in the bed, kissing and all of that. And, you know, he's, like, teasing her with the candy and things like that, trying to put it in her mouth, but he'll eat it instead of giving it to her. You know, just cute shit. Her daughter called her on the phone, and her daughter's crying. Johnny Cash get up to pop a pill. She sees him, and he said he's going to go in his dressing room. And she was like, okay. He went in his dressing room, asked the hotel manager to give him June Carter's hotel room. He knocked on her door. She didn't answer, and he was telling her that what they did and what they did isn't wrong. What they feel towards each other isn't wrong. She didn't answer the door. So they were at the show. Them going back on stage in his dressing room. He pops another pill. He pops another pill and drinks it with some beer. He go on stage. He passed out. They canceled the tour due to his erratic behavior for destroying the mic and the sound system and passing out on stage. So they canceled the tour, and his band gave him tickets to get back home. He passed out again. He wake up to June in the bed. She telling him that he's really got a fever. And he asked her that she stayed, and she said yes. She said she just want to make sure he was cool because they friends. He looked at her and was like, tell me that you don't love me. She said, I don't love you. And he said, you're a liar. And she said, then I guess you don't have any problems there. He get up looking for his pills, and he asked where it was at. She said she flushed them. He said, freaking out, like telling her, no, don't say that. He said he need those pills, their prescription from the doctor. She walked away. He looking, trying to see how he can get his pills. I feel like Reese Witherspoon's acting in this movie is really great. Like, as far as like showing this distress of a woman being in love with a man who's not only married, have children, but has a serious drug problem, and is caught in between loving him and not being with him, or love him, fix him, or just keep it strictly friends even though you love him. So it's like, as a woman, I felt her distress, because it's like, it's just so much. She got 2 girls she need to think about. She cannot be thinking to take care of a man with a drug problem. You feel me? JR gets some drugs, illegally pills, and thought he was going to able to cross fucking... He thought he was going to actually be able to get on a plane and get a flight home with drugs. They confiscated his drugs all over the newspaper. He get home, and Vivian tells him that his mom and dad was at the house. He said, what did his dad say? He said, she said, your dad said, now you don't have to work so hard for people to feel like you're in jail. Again, a negative Nelly, don't got nothing nice to say. He told Vivian that it's not what it looked like. He wasn't, like, I guess, doping, like, wasn't just, whatever it is. He told her, like, it's not what it looks like. Like, they're the same pills I have prescriptions, It's just that I didn't have them on me. You feel me? And she was like, sure. So she said, I guess the media and all that is lying. He said, yeah, everybody's lying. And he said, she was like, what about your girl June? He was like, what about her? She said, how she felt about her new boy being a drug addict. He told Vivian he don't want to fight. And he told her that June left the tour early, and she said, I guess that makes so much more sense, doesn't it? I don't know. What if he did take those pills on purpose just so June could stay? Oh, the world may never fucking know. Like, who knows? But at this point, Vivian ain't blind. She knows that there's something between him and June. My thing is, when I watch this movie, right, or when I see people talk about this movie, how come nobody ever hold Reese Witherspoon's character accountable for her character accountable for the body's so good. Nobody holds her character accountable for sleeping with a married man. Like, the whole movie they made this like, oh, he more in the wrong because he married, so he should have known better. Yeah, you're 100% right. You're 100% right. Johnny Cash was 100% married when he started falling in love with June Carter. But at the same time, she knew he was married too, and she still did what she did. She still fell in love with a married man. She still kissed a married man. She still slept with a married man. So my thing is, why is he taking the whole rap for something that's a two-person job? I mean, come on. Stop being hypocrites and stop holding this double standard. He should not take the whole rap just because he's married and he should have known better. They both should have known better. I don't give a fuck. Anybody in this world should know better to get themselves involved with a married man. That's just on period. Everybody should know better. So, the next, hold on, before I even get to that, there's a scene in this movie with Vivian and JR that I really, really like that just explains their whole marriage. They just moved into their new home. She's pregnant. She's cooking dinner. You feel me? She getting dinner ready. And JR is in his study, you know, just sitting in the chair, just slouching, chilling. She walked in and said that she was going to help me today. And she was like, you leave for tours tomorrow. And he said that he was going to ask the person who do his bookings for tours to push his dates back so he could have more time to spend with Vivian and the kids, because he said he loves waking up seeing her face. She told him that he has a lot of fan mail from girls who are very much underage, wink wink. Not surprised, since that's what he was with, some of those underage girls. Wink, 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 wink. The fuck? She said some of them are in bathing suits, this and that, and there, and he told her not to worry about that. That just comes with having stardom. And he told her that one time they put him to a show and a whole bunch of horny teenage girls pounced on his friends, and she told him that she got a catch phone in the oven, his sister's in the kitchen, she doesn't want to talk about the tour. And she told him, as a matter of fact, When you come home, it's time to start talking about normal things. He was like, don't put no rules on me. I thought that was funny. Like, he shut that shit down immediately. He said, this, don't put no rules on me. And he was like, all he got is rules. He got to be at this tour on that time. He got to be there, be here. He got to come home, be with her, be with the kids. He said, now what else does she want from me? He got her this big house. He got her car. What does she want? She said she want him. She want him. That's all she's ever wanted. And she want everything he promised her. And he said, what if I can't do that? And she just gave this nigga an evil smirk and just walked out the room. To me, this thing sums up their marriage perfectly, that they both settle for each other. You feel me? Like, they kind of just married each other and says, oh, we dated, so let's just get married. You feel me? I already know you, so why go out there and actually get to know somebody else when it's like, I could just marry you? And at this point, they already so far into the marriage with a baby number 4 on the way that neither one of them really wanted to be the first one to say, I can't do this anymore. So to me, it was like I said, Vivian was very much aware that JR stepped out on her for another woman. But I think to her, she probably thought it was only sex. But at the same time, she still had that intuition, and she still never put that shit in check. You feel me? Like, why the fuck is you making nice with June Carter at the award show when you know your husband's in love with her? I would not say nothing to this bitch. Are you kidding me? Nothing. So to me, it's like she was okay with it as long as it didn't come into the home. So the next morning, after they had got into an argument, the next morning, music blasting, loud as fuck. She talked about the girls are getting ready for school. What's up with all the noise? He said, I'm hanging up pictures of my van. All she see is pictures of him and June. Pictures of just June herself. I don't see nothing of the band. It's just him and June. She said, don't hang these pictures up. He's still, putting the nails up, talking about I'm hanging pictures up with my band. She said, don't hang these pictures up in here. She snatched that motherfucking picture out of his hand. He said, give me the damn photo. She walking away. They running. She breaks the fucking picture. She punching on him and shit, talking about he a pathetic excuse of a man. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. He got her on the ground, put her on the ground, talking about, you think you perfect? You think you perfect? They girls is witness, one of their daughters is witness all this shit. They crying and all types of shit. And Rakim, one of the best shots they did in this movie was really in the same scene when he is sitting in the lawn chair by the pool with his head down, just thinking about so much shit. Like, wow, like all this shit is just like what the fuck, man? And Vivian, she just packed her shit. She left and took the kids with her. I agree with him. I don't think she should have put the kids in between them, but it's like, I get what she's saying, like, the kids are going to be involved no matter what. But it's like, to punish him for not seeing his kids due to him, like, stepping on you, I don't think that's right. Because, like, don't punish him with his babies. You feel me? And it's like, don't punish the daughters for not having a relationship with the father due to what he did to you. You feel me? At the end of the day, shit not right. Like I said when I watched the movie. You feel too motherfucking comfortable, like, have you lost your fucking mind? It's one thing for you to be doing what you're doing with this woman, but you feel comfortable enough to hang pictures of you and this bitch in my home, you definitely done lost your motherfucking mind. Most definitely. So we getting, close to the end of the movie. I think they passed to, a year has passed. And Johnny Cash is, flat broke because he ain't been doing no tours. And he's still, doing drugs and all of that, still popping those pills. He's telling June she needs to start answering her phone when he called. And when he was high as fuck, he, fell in the middle of the woods. And it was, this nice-ass cottage house in the middle of the woods being for sale. He bought it. Now, to me, that didn't make sense. Like, if this nigga was flat broke, how's he able to buy a house so quickly that was just for sale? Don't make sense. So for Thanksgiving, the whole family came over. His parents came over. June Carter, her mom, her dad, her daughters came over. And he was just telling his mom, the lake line runs so far, it's so beautiful. And she was telling him that she's proud of him and this and that. And he asked his dad what he think about his house. And the dad was like, why you got that tractor stuck in the mud? He said that, he was trying to fix something and it got stuck. And he go say, that's how you treat your nice things. And I'm thinking here we go with this shit again. And like, here we motherfucking go. JR lied to everybody when he said he was done popping pills. That was cap. Because he popped one just before he sat down. And he feels so disassociated. Everybody is talking, you know, having a classic Thanksgiving dinner. And him and his dad is like literally shooting each other like the evil glares and all this other shit. And, you know, in the hints of everybody having a normal family conversation, JR tell everybody he's happy they all could come through for Thanksgiving, sit around at the table like family. But he said not everybody is here. You feel me? He said Jack ain't here. He looked at the dad and said, do you remember what you said to me that day? Where you been? He said, that's the first thing you said to me. Where you been? He said, you remember that? He said, well, and then dad was like, well, where were you? Where were you? He said that he quit drinking a long time ago. And he said, what about him? He said, still taking those drugs? Still popping those pills? The dad was like, he did, the dad, Ray, JR's dad, Ray, said he did the best what he had and what he could do with it. He said, can he say the same thing about himself? Pill popping, rock star. He said, you got an empty house, nothing. You got daughters you don't see, nothing. And he said, you just a big bowl of nothing. Johnny Cash gave this nigga the most evil smirk I've ever seen, got up, and again, his dad is a trauma trigger because, again, when his dad come around, he just brings so much negative energy that I don't really think the Thanksgiving table was nor the time or the place to have this conversation. But I think the dad just kept fucking with him, that he just thought it's time for me to just clear the air on some shit. And Joaquin Phoenix is a Scorpio. He's a water sign, and I'm a Pisces. So I know how our minds get when it's like I'm around somebody who I feel like caused me so much hurt, but it's like I have to be quiet due to the sake of other people. Like, to me, I feel like in the movie when I watch it, it's as if they wanted JR to be the first one to commend him and his dad's relationship, when it's like he wasn't the one who broke it. His dad did when he said he was nothing. You kidding me? Dad basically called him trash. And when the dad said what he said, you know, he got on a tractor trying to move the bitch out the mud. He fell into the water. June saved him. And he said he told her before he shut his eyes that she should have left. They showed they showed the next scene where he's laying in the bed and she just feels so confused, like she's not sure what she's supposed to do. Like, at the end of the day, she loves this man, but she doesn't know if she should stay, if she should go. Will she hate herself if she do it? Will she feel so much guilt because he has a drug problem? Like, what if he OD? What if he died? Like, it's all of that running on her head. And, of course, this nigga Plug tries to come in with pills. They tell this nigga get the fuck off the land. June, her man, she gives JR some raspberries to her and her mom picked from the supermarket. And he told her that he's glad that he stayed. And she said that, yeah, she said they're friends and she didn't want to leave. He told her that his dad was right about him. He's nothing. And that Jack was so good. He was so pure. He was an angel, and he said that he would have brought goodness and not hurt anyone. He said, what has he done? He said he just hurt everybody around him. He said he knows he hurt her. And she told him that, no, it's not true. She said, you are good. You're a good man. And she told him that they could start going to church if that's what he wants to do. So they showing the 1966 tour where he proposes. No, 1968. Hold up. Cause bitch. Hold on, y'all. $1968. So they're showing the 1968 tour. So just before JR proposes to June Carter, he tries to propose to her again on a tour bus. She says no because she don't think it's the right time. he basically telling her he's getting tired of asking. She said good because she's sick of reruns. And she also told him, like, you don't try to work anything out. You just feel like it just pass over with time, and that's his problem, which is also explained his trauma. He has never dealt with nothing. He just thinks the shit just goes away. Not dealing with the fact that his brother is gone. Never really, like, dealing with the grief. His terrible relationship with his dad. The shit with Vivian. Not seeing his kids. All of that. He never really dealt with any of that. He just looks at it like, oh, it'll smooth past. You feel me? So it's just like that whole thing with it. And he told her that you're scared. She said, scared of what? He said, you're scared of being in love. And I feel like, yeah, who the fuck isn't? Who isn't scared of being in love? Because it's like, what if you hurt me? What if you use me? What if you leave me on? What if you... It's like, it's all those ifs. And with her, it makes sense for her to be scared of being in love with him, because it's like, whenever it was the time, it was never a time due to him being on drugs, being married. It just started off rocky. So with her, it just feels like maybe that's what it was going to be ongoing. Rocky, complicated, never stable, never secure. And he proposes to her, tells her he's sorry that he hurt her, and that she's his best friend and he would never do it again, and that he loves her, and that he wants to marry her. She says yes, and they kiss, which I think is a really cute scene, for real, for real. I think Joaquin Phoenix and Reese Witherspoon had some really amazing chemistry in this movie. Like, every scene with them, I believe, because, like I said, this movie didn't have any action. It was 2 hours, and it really isn't anything but you seeing this man's journey in the music industry and him battling his personal demons. You see him having conversations. Like, I like that. You feel me? I just do. So this movie is a 10 out of 10. I recommend it to anybody who hasn't seen it. It's definitely a watch. I'll rewatch it over and over again. Like I said, I don't like Vivian, and I don't like Ray. Ray is annoying. He a piece of shit. He ain't shit. Never will be shit. Never was shit. And Vivian, she just passive aggressive. And again, like I said, I see where she comes from with her feelings, because it's very valid. No one ever thinks when they at home being loyal, being faithful, taking care of this man's kids, that you stepping out on me with another woman. But it's like, before he actually slept with June and fell in love with her, he was already doing that with other women. So, hey, you feel me? I feel like she's passive aggressive, but like I said, I feel like she never supported his dream in music, which to me is like, if that was the case, she could have gotten divorced a long time ago. But like I said, in those times, getting a divorce was like disgraceful, all types of shit. So yeah, this is my little review on Walk the Line, my thoughts in this, that, and third. I really love this movie. I would have to say right after Joker, this is probably my right after Joker, which is my favorite performance with Joaquin Phoenix. I would have to say right after Joker is Walk the Line. For another good, really, really phenomenal performance that he did, because he did a really good job in here. And another movie he did a really good job in is Two Lovers, and I cannot wait to talk about that movie. Oh my God. There's so much to unpack with that movie. Like, y'all don't have no idea. So, as always, I'm going to catch you on my next video and talk to you guys later.